get it in a couple. I can't do too much right now.
Good morning. What a fabulous morning it is to be together. After the rain, I feel feel the same way that a honeybee must feel when the rain stops, the flowers are out, and here we are. So I invite you to join with me right now as we begin with a spiritual mind treatment, remembering the truth that this is a universe of spirit and spirit only. Therefore, each one of us, I am, we are, spiritual beings having a human experience. And it is good and very good to be alive right here, right now, in this moment, in this place. So I know that each person who has come here today is having a wonderful day in all aspects. I know that this is a place of good, a place where we can experience and celebrate the truth that there is good for us, that it is accessible to us, that we are actually not only one with it, but that it is available to us to use. And so I declare for each and every person that this is a day of healing, a day of renewal, a day of reorganization, and a day of moving onward and upward into a more clear and beautiful experience of life itself. I give thanks for our ability to be here together, right now, right here. And I give thanks that Spirit always says yes. I give thanks. I turn this treatment over to Spirit, knowing it is done, and invite you to close with me by saying, and so it is.
We're gonna sing Let It Be. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom and me. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be pardoned, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me, shining until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let's come
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Richard James, our musician today. Well, good morning, everyone, and I'm Reverend Kate DeVivier, and it's my pleasure to welcome everyone to the Center for Spiritual Living Carlsbad this morning, where we believe that there is a power for good in the universe, and we can use it, and where we all come together to teach, demonstrate, and inspire a positive spiritual approach to living. So, as we begin, I would like to invite Norm up to come up and light our candles this morning.
First time, huh?
Our candles are just to symbolize and remind ourselves of the underlying spirit of life and the unity of all. First, we light a candle for life. Life is everywhere present, flowing through each and every one of us. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life now. Please say with me, I am life. We light a candle for love. The birth of love happens within each one of us every time we make room for the Christ consciousness in our hearts and in our lives. We are transformed. I am a point of love within the heart of God. Please say with me, I am love. We light a candle for light. The light of God is the presence and the power. We are always walking in the light. I radiate the light of God wherever I am. Please say with me, I am light. We light a candle for beauty. We are made in the likeness and image of God. We are each whole, complete, and beautiful, just as we are. I accept the beauty of God's perfection as my perfection now. Please say with me, I am beauty. We light a candle for joy. Joy is the very nature of spirit and the true essence of each of us. We celebrate the joy of our own rebirth in the God consciousness. I bring joy to the world. Please say with me, I am joy. We light a candle for peace. Today and every day, we open our hearts to peace. I am a center of peace in our world. Please say with me, I am peace. And finally, I invite you to take a moment to recognize your own inner light that is always shining within as we honor our own metaphysical path of wholeness, oneness, and mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. Thank you, Norm. Thank you, everyone. Well, if this is your first visit to our center, we really want to welcome you and invite you to sign our guest book in the lobby and include your email and print it in block letters so we can add you to our weekly email. And we do have a couple of welcome envelopes, and be sure and stay and join us for fellowship. Every Sunday, we offer spiritual mind treatment as a gift to you. And so if you have a prayer request today, you can either speak to Reverend Maurene, me, Practitioner Larry, Dr. Maddie, Practitioner Robert after the service, or you can just fill out a written request and put it in the box in the corner of the lobby. And if you do that, then our prayer team will treat for you this week. And if you have done that before and you have not experienced the results you want, please repeat and do it again, because we are persistent. We know that treatment works. So you've got announcements printed inside your program, but I really want to remind everyone that today Reverend Maurene will be giving the final workshop in the series of metaphysical tools. And this one is on embracing the mystery. So I know it's going to be really good, because they've all been good. So everyone is invited to stay. It's free. If you want to make an offering, great. But it's just fun. Then the most important announcement, of course, is thank you. Thank you to all our volunteers, because this is really a community-based spiritual center. It takes a team to get it going. And so we have some behind-the-scenes volunteers that are going to be up here. And first I want to thank Ruth Ann for these beautiful flowers. So perfect. I'd like to thank Mary for bringing the refreshments today. Where's Mary?
Where's Mary?
Thank you.
Mary.
I'd like to thank practitioner Larry for the video recording, which is really great. And also I want to thank Jan and Angel for all they do to set up and get us organized. Oh, and I also want to thank practitioner Robert for being the greeter today. Yeah, thank you, Robert. And in case you're interested, the volunteer sign-up sheet is right on the table in the lobby, so we'd love to invite you to pitch in. So now if you would look in your programs and find the group reading. Let's read it together. God is all, both visible and invisible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect love and perfect abundance. I am an individualized expression of God. I am ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect abundance. And now, if you would, you're singing another song.
Okay, we're going to have one more congregational song.
Yeah, so everyone stand up, and Richard is going to lead us in another song. This
is an all things are possible kind of song. Thank you, Disney. It's called When You Wish Upon a Star. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dream, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, as dreamers do. Fate is kind, she brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret love. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
Oh, Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
Yes, Pinocchio. That's a great. I love those Disney cartoons. Then they have a good message too. You know, a lot of them. Thank you, everybody. You did a great job. Let's see. Okay. Now I would like to invite Morgan up to give us a reading this morning.
Today's reading is by Ernest Holmes. It's from The Science of Mind, page 299, the 1938 edition. And Ernest Holmes calls this a meditation. So I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. And I'm going to read this slowly so it can gently filter in and sink deeply. God in me is unified with God in all. This one is now drawing into my life all love and loving fellowship. I am one with all people, with all things, with all life. As I listen in the silence, the voice of all humanity speaks to me and answers the love that I hold out to it. The great love which I now feel for the world is the love of God, and it is felt by all and comes back to me from all. I understand all people, and this understanding is reflected back to me from all. I give friendship, and therefore I have friends. I help, therefore I am helped. I uplift, therefore I am uplifted. I am now health, all happiness, all success, all love. I am one with life. I am one with all life. I wait in the silence while the Great Spirit bears this message to the whole world. And so it is.
Thank you, Morgan. Music. Yeah, we can't have too much music.
Yes, this is I'm going to do a song by Sergio Mendes. Remember the group? Musical 66. And speaking about it, I mean, it brings one of the big images to me is the universe and how magically infinite it is. You know, just like the possibilities that each one of us can bring about in our lives. And so it's called So Many Stars, and there are so many. Dark is filled with dreams, so many dreams. Which one is mine? One must be right for me. Which dream of all the dreams? When there's a dream for every star, and there are oh so many stars, so many stars. The wind is filled with songs, so many songs. must be right for you. Which song of all the songs, when there's a song for every star, and there are oh, so many stars, so many stars. Along the countless days, the endless thoughts I have explored, so many paths, so many ways that I can soar. Which one to choose, which way to go? How can I tell, how will I know? Out of all, so many stars, so many stars. Along the countless days, the endless nights that I have searched, so many paths, so many ways that I can soar. Which one to choose, which way to go? How can I tell, how will I know? Out of all, so many stars, so many stars. Out of all, so many stars, so many stars. We will choose. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Richard. Thank you for adjusting things, Larry. Now it's my good pleasure to introduce Reverend Maurene. And I know she's got something good in store for us today, so please welcome her.
Thank you. Sound okay? Great. Well, today I'm going to be talking about embracing that mystery. Good morning to all of you. If you don't know me, I'm Reverend Maurene Bishop, and I'm excited about another beautiful day in San Diego. The sun is out, thank you. But today I'm going to be wrapping up a 5-part series that I've been talking about, and we've had workshops on after the service. We'll have one immediately after fellowship talking about embracing this mystery. And what is this mystery? This mystery is our unity with everything on this planet, our unity with God. That's the mystery. Last week, Reverend Kate talked a little bit about seeing strings tied to other people. It's like, this is our connection. We are connected. We're not alone. And when you realize that you're more than just your physical or your emotional body, you realize that you're a spiritual being, and you are unlimited. So at that point, you get rid of your fears, you live in the moment, and you start to use this power for good that Ernest Holmes talked about, speaking your word for good. So Before I go into it, I just wanted to stop one moment and thank everyone for prayers and continue to pray. Keep the people in the world that have been affected by these earthquakes, keep them in your heart, and also all the people that have been impacted by this war in Ukraine. Thank you. So our previous metaphysical tools that I talked about, first one was grieving. Grieving is a tool, and it allows us to be healed. Blessing and gratitude, same thing. Gratitude is like sprinkling everything with sugar, and it becomes sweet. The third was love. We did a workshop on love. The fourth was forgiveness, and today we're going to do embracing that mystery. Ernest Holmes, our founder, said the concept of unity is the mystical secret of the ages, the key to spiritual wisdom and to all the teachings of Jesus. The furtherance of evolution depends on our ability to sense a unity with nature and her forces. But first I want to talk to you a little bit about seeing, seeing the good in all, seeing people, seeing the spiritual, like I like to say, God in an amazing disguise, all of you. So a little levity. An optometrist asked an old man to try on some different glasses with different prescription strengths to see if he could see clearly. And he went through the whole store. He went through everything he had. The man said, "No, I can't read this." And finally, the optometrist was frustrated, and he said, "Well, you've tried on all the glasses I have, and none of them work. I don't know why you still can't read." And the man holding the paper upside down said, "I'm illiterate." So we have to talking about seeing. Why don't they let you wear glasses in a football game? Because it's a contact sport. And how many optometrists does it take to change a light bulb? 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, so how do you see the world? Do you see the world, us and them? Or do you see the world as all one? Can you love God in these crazy disguises? So many of you attended the workshops, and I wanted to go back a little bit and focus on the workshops because I said that grieving was like bringing a light to the loss, healing. Helen Keller said grief is loving. What we once enjoyed and deeply loved, we can never lose. For all that we love deeply becomes a part of us. And we had that beautiful poem about my heart. I carry your heart in my heart. Blessing and gratitude was the second workshop, and Oprah Winfrey is the one who said gratitude can transform any situation. It's the quickest, easiest, most powerful way to affect change in your life. And love, I mentioned love is like your Swiss Army knife, your multi-tool. And love is the grandest healing and drawing power on earth, is what Ernest Holmes said about love. He also said love is the sole impulsion for creation. Now, forgiveness we talked about last week. And Ralph Waldo Emerson said, anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. And remember, I said don't carry a grudge because my favorite author, Anne Lamott, said, it's like eating rat poisoning and expecting the rat to die. Okay, so how do you see? How do you see clearly? How do you see who you are and what you are? Well, part of it is you have to consciously look through spiritual eyes of love. Emily Dickinson, who was an American poet, she said, "Not knowing when the dawn will come, I open every door." I'll say that again. Not knowing when the dawn will come, I open every door. Now you can say, well, what is she talking about? Oneness with God, death, rebirth, enlightenment. It's kind of like you have to be open. You have to release your blockages, release your judgment, and be open. And part of the workshop is to get rid of those blockages so you can be open to the love of God. So I think the dawn is the love. So how do we see the truth? You know, we're made out of the same substance. All of us are the same atoms, the same element. Carl Sagan, who was, you may remember him, he was also on TV, but he was primarily a scientist, and he wrote a book about cosmos. He said, we're made out of star stuff, and not a metaphor. He said, the raw materials that constitute our physical bodies are forged in the bellies of distant, long extinguished stars. The star material, which makes up a whale, is the same as, I'm saying that, he didn't say that, but the star stuff that makes up a whale is the same that makes us up, and it's the same that makes everything on this planet. So the other thing about these workshops I wanted to tell you, and you may have felt it, is to get you out of here and get you into here. It's to move you from your intellect to your heart. That's why a lot of the workshops are emotional, because we want to allow the emotion. Ernest Holmes said that the emotional level is the one of greatest growth. So that's another reason we do prayer treatments. And sometimes I do a prayer treatment for a person. I will always say, what does it feel like? What does it feel like in your heart when that prayer has been accomplished, when you manifest? And get in touch with the feeling, because the feelings have to be part of your prayer, have to be part of your spiritual mind treatment. Deepak Chopra, I think most of you know, the author and spiritualist, he said in his book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, relinquish your attachment to the known, step into the unknown, and you will step into a field of all possibilities. Like Richard was saying in the song, you will have excitement and adventure and mystery. You will experience the fun of life, the magic, the celebration, the exhilaration, and the exaltation of your own spirit. Well, one of my favorite American poets, he also said, be curious. Don't be judgmental. You're going to miss seeing God in everything if you judge or criticize. Judging puts up barriers. And we know Science of Mind is all about taking those barriers down. So see only good. And what did the great teacher Jesus say? He said, as I have loved you, love one another. I also have a quote from another favorite, Oscar Wilde. He was an English playwright and writer. He said, the final mystery is oneself. When one has weighed the sun in balance, I don't know how you can do that, but when one has weighed the sun in balance, measured the steps of the moon, and mapped out the 7 heavens, star by star, there still remains oneself who can calculate the orbit of his or her own soul. So when I taught Sunday school, I used to teach Sunday school at a Unity church, and we used to have these finger puppets. Have you ever seen the little finger puppets you put on your fingers and you play and talk, and they become different people? Well, what we would do is, okay, these are different, some of them are animals and they're people, and they're talking and playing with each other, and then I would say, what are they attached to? Your hand. This is God. This is all of us, but this is God. This is source. This is the one. You're all one. You're all one. You're not separate. Kids like that little game. And I don't know how many of you, it was on TV yesterday, The Color Purple. If you've seen The Color Purple, and it's a book and a movie. And, well, I'll paraphrase because it's a little too, the language, a little too colorful to say in church. But basically, there's a quote that says, the divine or God gets really irritated at you when you walk past a beautiful field of purple and you don't notice. You know, the universe is getting a little irritated with you for doing that. So notice, I mean, wow, if you walk past a field of irises, purple irises, or a field, you know, of beautiful flowers, and you don't notice them, how do you think the universe, you know, the universe of flowers is saying, look at me, look at me. So, you know, we are in the presence of an ultimate mystery every day. Like the air we breathe, the divine presence is in us, it's around us, it's through us, and it's as us. Heaven is being in the mystery 24/7. That's heaven, when you are one, in one, with one. Do you ever have longing for something, and you long for something so much and you can't really name it? And it's almost like, you know, you can't quite figure out what it is. I call it cosmic homesickness. You want to go home. You want to be one. You want to be with that love, that power. Well, in 2014, I traveled with my daughter, and we went on a tour. We went to Italy, and we went to the Vatican. And there is a statue in the Vatican called La Pieta. And La Pieta is an alabaster sculpture of Mary holding the body of Jesus. And I saw it, and the first time I saw it, I gasped, and I started crying. And it was so amazing. It was almost like the alabaster, the light was coming through it, and it was like alive. And it was the only piece that Michelangelo ever signed. Just amazing. It was, I think it was, he did it he sculpted it in the 1600s. You know, beauty is beyond words. And it's an awe. It's hard to quantify. Like when I listen to Pavarotti sing Puccini, I'm just like, I can't move. I'm blown away at such beauty, such beauty. Also, when I go to Agua Caliente, which county park, Jim knows, Robert knows, there's a county park there, and the full moon is going to be on the 18th of this coming month. What happens on the full moon is that it's the desert, and the moon comes out and lights up all of the sand, lights up the whole desert, and the desert is like it's radiating, and it's saying, look what I have created. You know, the moon like talks to me. It's so beautiful. Did anybody ever go to the Grand Canyon? Like, I remember the first time I parked my car and I think, where is this Grand Canyon? I'm looking up for it, you know, and whoa. It's like a mile down there, and it's like so amazing. You just, no words for it, you know? And the first time you go see a giant sequoia, you know, it's like, especially when you're a kid, and it's like, whoa, you can't quite get your head around it. It's so beautiful. And flowers. Today I did the meditation on flowers because roses, well, these flowers too, it's like I have this rose bush which defies my concept of beauty, because when the bud is small, it looks peach, and as the bud opens, it becomes reddish and orangish and yellow. And it's like, how can I do that? It's a mystery to me. And the flowers up by Legoland. Yes. I heard Ruth Ann is going to be there later today. Yeah, if you get a chance, just go up there by Legoland and, just look over the hillside and see the beauty. It's amazing. And I have a story years ago. It was in 2005. I saw this picture in the paper, and it was a picture of a whale. And the eye of a whale is about as big as a plate. And I was looking at this diver right there, and the diver had a curved knife and was cutting away. The whale had gotten entrapped, and the whale's eye was looking at this diver like, whoa. And it was a front page story in the San Francisco Chronicle. The story was about a female humpback whale who had become entangled in a spider web of crab traps and lines. A 50-foot whale was weighted down by hundreds of pounds of traps that caused her to struggle to stay afloat. They're mammals, they have to breathe. She also had hundreds of yards of line rope wrapped around her tail, her torso, and a line tugging in her mouth. A fisherman spotted her just east of the Farallon Islands, outside the Golden Gate Bridge, and radioed an environmental group to help. Within a few hours, the rescue team arrived and determined that she was so bad off, the only way to save her was to dive in and untangle her, which was very dangerous. If you know, I was on a boat one time in Maui, and a baby whale came up and slapped its tail, and there was a woman standing on the boat, and it broke both of her legs. So they are very powerful. One snap of the tail could kill a rescuer. They worked for hours with curved knives, and they eventually freed her. And when she was free, the divers said she swam around in joyous circles. She then came back up to each person and every diver, one at a time, and nudged them, pushed them gently. She thanked them. Some said it was the most incredibly beautiful experience of their lives. The guy who cut the rope out of her mouth says her eye was following him the whole time, and he will never be the same. So in addition, I remember that picture, and it just seemed profound. An experience like this really is the unity of the one. I don't know how many of you saw the Avatar, water, what's it called, water or something?
The Way of Water.
The Way of Water. Do you remember the interspecies moment, the young boy and the whale? Yeah, it was beautiful. Emerson, Ralph Waldo Emerson, said, "Never lose an opportunity of seeing anything beautiful, for beauty is God's handwriting." And do you know what cosmic consciousness means? Cosmic consciousness means one's consciousness of their unity with the whole. And it says, this is from the science mind, illumination will come as mankind more and more realizes unity with the whole, and as one endeavors to let the truth operate through him or her. And remember, we said it earlier today, we are an individualized center of God consciousness. Now you may recall when we do prayer treatments, the second step of prayer is unification. God is, I am one with God. Oneness, inseparability, indivisibility, changelessness, that's who we are. So, in the newsletter, Kate had this little moose in a boat. It was so cute, in a canoe. And I had shared some words that Reverend Carol Carnes had said, which is, basically, don't push a river, get out into the middle of it, let it take you where you want to go. And I was thinking, couldn't find the quote, but Mark Twain said the same thing. He said, take the bow line off. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the bow. The bow is the front of the boat, and the bow line is what holds it to the dock. And he said, take the bow line off of your life. Just get out there. And he said a quote, something like, kiss, be happy, dance, sing, enjoy life. So I just want to say that these universal tools can help us navigate life, because, the universe always says yes. It is the Father's pleasure to give you the kingdom. So you say, yes, yes, I accept. I see it. I see the beauty everywhere. I see the love everywhere, because I see my unity. No barriers. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, life's a journey, not a destination. So join me today after the fellowship and put on your spiritual glasses. See the truth of your unity with all life, with God, with whales, with roses. Embrace the mystery of life. Let it take you downstream. So enjoy the ride. So we have one more musical selection.
Yes, the journey. It's all about the journey. And a song that I wrote a while back, I call it Inner Peace, which we find out more about and get more of it as we explore who we are. Kind of an honest journey. And goes something like this. Come in peace, go in peace. Through the word, gain release. Destiny sets us free. Inner peace, satisfy true desire, connecting to our inner fire. Share the word and inspire. Go in peace. Wisdom comes to us as we gain, we trust. As we give, so must we receive. Where is it written that we'll always fight? As we learn to love, we'll do what is right. Gaining poise, real desire. Shedding noise, we discern. Share the word as we learn with such ease. Come in peace, go in peace. Through the word, true release, breathlessly guarantees inner peace. Wisdom comes to us as we gain, we trust. As we give, so must we receive. Where is it written that we'll always fight as we learn to love? always real concern. Shedding noise, we discern. Share the word as we learn. With such ease. Come in peace, go in peace. Through the word true release. Breathlessly guarantees inner peace. Destiny sets us free. Inner peace. Inner peace.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Now is our time for conscious giving. And I just want to thank you in advance for your gifts, your tithes, and your talent. And just know with me, if you want to place your gift over your heart, and just say with me, divine beauty, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. So it is. Thank you. And Richard, I am so blessed.
I am so blessed, everyone. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So thank you, and I hope I see you afterwards. And we have our closing song after I do a spiritual mind treatment. So if you want to just relax where you're sitting, close your eyes, just take a deep breath. And just know with me, there is this one beauty all over this planet in the cosmos awaiting us, and it is there for us. It is all there is. And I know that each of us is that beauty expressing in this body here and now. So for each of you, one life, God's life, one beauty, God's beauty, unfolding and flowing and expressing in everything we do, everything you do, every animal, every plant, every aspect of life on this planet is one with this outpouring, this beauty. I know for each of us, the week ahead is one of beauty, one of joy, one of love, forgiveness, gratitude, and letting go, being in the flow. So we go forward, we let our boat loose from the dock, and we sail with the purpose of love in our heart. For this I have great gratitude. I release my word. I know it is so, and together we say, so it is. So if you want to stand, and the words are on the back.
Open your heart, let your love go free, out over the ocean, right across the street. Let it flow like a river, let it fly like a dove, till your heart remembers you can't stop love. Once you get it started, watch what it does. It'll go full circle. You can't stop love. Want to do it again?
Yeah.
Open your heart, let your love go free, out over the ocean, across the stream. Let it flow like a river, let it fly like a dove, till your heart remembers you can't stop love. Once you get it started, watch what it does. It'll go full circle, can't stop love.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you, everyone.